Hey guys, so today we're going to show you guys how we created a little can storage cabinet, if you will, for our pantry. First we started by just ripping down some leftover plywood that we had. This is 3/4 inch maple, and then ran it over to the table saw to get everything cut to size and length. The cabinet was designed in such a way so it could sit inside of the wall cavity, and thankfully that wall is not a load-bearing wall and one that we actually added to create the pantry, so I was able to make this a specific size that worked for us in our space. And then once I got everything ripped down to the widths, I just went ahead and ripped the lengths of every piece here. Now you could totally do this with a chop saw. I just happened to have the table saw out and was trying to make it simple on myself. And as with any good woodworking project, I of course made some last minute edits. I decided that the shelves, because they will stick out further than the cabinet, should have rounded corners, which made it look so much nicer. I used my Kreg Marks-All tool. If you don't have one, it's super handy. And then marked these at about 1 inch or 1.25 inches. And then I used a super special round over tool, which was a peanut butter jar lid, because it fit what I needed perfectly. Once those were all marked out, I just used the jigsaw to kind of round over those edges and then sanded them nice and smooth. And for assembly, I just used the Kreg pocket hole jig. This comes in really handy, especially when you're working with plywood. Like I said, this is the 3/4 inch maple that we had left over. So it just makes it really easy to kind of disguise all of your screw holes and keeps everything nice and clean. And then once everything was all cut and ready, it was just a matter of putting everything together. So the shelves, I just used a spacer for, like you can see there. I cut down a scrap piece to be the length that I wanted to make sure that everything was the exact space on both sides. Assembled the shelves to one side first, and then flipped it over and did the other side. Now for the top piece, I did just pre-drill and use some screws and screwed right into the edges, because once we have our kind of our face frame on, we're not going to see this piece at all. And like I mentioned earlier, it does set inside of the wall, so no one's ever going to see those screws. In hindsight, I probably could have assembled the shelves the same way without the pocket holes, but hey, it looked good in the end. For the back, I also used a 3/4 inch piece of the plywood. If I had 1/4 inch, I totally would have used 1/4 inch to not lose that extra 1/2 inch of depth, but it was what I had, so I was working with it. So if you're making one like this, I would definitely suggest just doing like a 1/4 inch ply for the back. A little bit of glue and some screws, and we're all set. And now that the main unit is assembled, we can start working on the base frame. For this, I just ripped down some 2 or 2.5 inch for the sides, and then I did a 4 inch for the top and bottom, and that just allowed me to kind of hide all the fixtures a little better. I also felt like it was going to look a little bit beefier, but we're kind of using the same practice here. We use the pocket holes to assemble the face frames together, and then we'll slide that on top of the main unit. It's also so satisfying when you've got such a tight fit. So I was just dry fitting here just to make sure everything all worked, but then I quickly realized and remembered that I wasn't sure how I was going to assemble the face frame to the cabinet, so this is just kind of me deciding how to do that. And ultimately I did go ahead and remove it and decided to use my small Kreg pocket hole jig. It's just the little micro one or the mini one, I forget what they call it, but it works really well where you're working on a space like this where it's a little bit of an afterthought. So you're able to just clamp it on. And I think I did 3 screws on either side and then a little bit of glue to hold that face frame in place. Now, one thing we did not get on film was when we installed the 3/4 inch edge banding. Both of the shelves and the face frame here, the edges are just plywood. So I did use just the iron-on 3/4 inch maple edge banding, and it did help really clean things up. Felt a lot more finished. And if you guys like this video, we do have 2 other versions, including an extended ASMR style version over on our other channel at Rodney's Wood. And there we have it, our random can storage wall cabinet thing. So if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified of our next video. As always, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our members. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.